2024 Africa Twin Adventure ES. My name's Curtis, Nichols Motorsports. Here to give you an overview of this ES version with the DCT. This is a wonderful transmission. Calibration has improved big time over the years. Few little tweaks that I would still make. Depending on what RPM you're in, really depends on how many gears it's going to drop down. But like from here, if I'm just over 3,000 RPM, almost 35 RPM, I give a full wide open. Takes like a couple little blurps of downshift before it kind of comes in. What is cool about it though, is say I get myself in a higher gear, it will hold that rev and allow me to maintain this throttle for as long as I want until I'm off throttle long enough, then it will upshift itself. So I'm running in just the off-road mode, so it's really as basic as you can get. My RPM, gas gauge, which power level I'm at, traction control, which currently I'm at 0, so there's no lights lit up there. And then my suspension, I'm currently running in a medium dampening setting. I find it's good overall for the street and for the off-road. Here in Quebec, the roads are rough as shit, so you don't want to go full hard because it really taps out quite a bit. New for 2024, we have the 19-inch front wheel, full tubeless front and rear. Still able to get a full manual transmission and also optional 21-inch front tire for those who want to go more off-road. What I am more interested in is the DCT. What you got to remember about a DCT and the calibration is how the programming is done as far as when will it downshift, when will it upshift, vice versa. This particular bike has the drive mode and a sport mode. So in drive mode, the D, it's going to really shift at low RPMs. I'm running 2,000 RPM here, so a really low shift point, and it's going to be a little more progressive on the throttle response. So the filtering within the electronic throttle itself is going to be a little more tame. The minute we go into the sport mode, we're going to gain RPM right away. And it's gonna, my shifting points are gonna go all up in the RPM range. And then what I found with the downshifts is if you just release throttle, it actually just downshifts progressively. What you need to do, it seems like their trigger is based off the braking or maybe the deceleration of the bike. So under hard braking, it really will pop the downshifts down to compress the motor and slow the bike down. This bike has full traction control, so the Honda's traction control system, you have 7 different levels. You can also go straight to 0, so you need to default out to 0. Every time you restart the bike, it will go back to 1. So 0 being no traction control. Everyone loves no traction control if you're able to handle it and you're an experienced rider. If not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And obviously it increases and limits you the further it goes out. The other one that you'll have is the wheelie control. Yay, wheelie control. So same thing, you can go to 0, which is full wheelie. Let this thing hang loose at 90 degrees, no problem. Then you have 1, 2, and 3, and it's just gonna cut throttle and let the bike come back down. Electronic suspension on this particular bike, so really lots of ways to tune it. You can go into the user options and you can do an overall dampening, front to rear. You can also change that based on passenger or cargo riding, and it's pretty cool. You can actually set the preload for yourself, and then once I have a passenger, I push passenger button and it will adjust the preload for that passenger, and same thing for the cargo.